We're starting off high.
We can get
I think
two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot.
There was you had accountability. Now what I can
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
no, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a Foolproof page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live on Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
Trust a human to raise back wolves.
before I would trust a pack of humans to raise wolves.
Right. I hear you. Yo, what up, fools? Welcome to another edition of Do Fools Agree. As always, I'm your host, Michael Reggie, here with my main man, Clifford Jordan Jennings.
Hola.
Hola, señor.
Hola.
¿Cómo está?
Más o menos.
That's the extent of my Spanish.
Más o menos, my friend.
Más o menos?
Can you advocate for violence if you're a comedian?
It depends on if somebody listens to you or not.
I mean, I'm just saying, I know they got like loopholes and shit, like, you know, like
For freedom of speech. Yeah, entertainment.
Like entertainment wise. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm like.
I would love to see you do stand up. If that's where you're going with this.
Well, you got to sweeten the pot for me. You feel what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out. Nah, but on everything I do, I did say I was going to try it one time just to see how I like it.
Yeah.
But I do find myself like nowadays, since I don't do music anymore.
Yeah, you got shit to say.
I'll be in the shower. I'll be in the shower and shit, and like where normally when like shit would come to me like, ooh, like that would, like I'll think of like comedy bits.
Love it.
And when I get out, I'll write them down real quick in a notebook.
I love it. So turning your book of rhymes into a joke book.
Yeah, for real. But you know what's crazy is like the way my mind works is like those pictures that used to be hot back when we were kids where you had to like blur your vision and pull it away from your face.
The hidden eye or whatever.
Yeah, you had to pull it away slowly to be able to see. That's how my brain works. Like people would be like, do this, you're good at it already. And it might be true that I may be good at something about it, but I don't quite see the full picture yet to gather my understanding so I can dive in, you know what I'm saying? And until I can see that full image, I don't ever commit to anything.
I understand that. I get that.
Maybe that's why I hate working so much, because it's one of those things where you kind of have to start doing it before you see the picture.
Well, here's the flip side, is that work in general, not speaking about any specific company, just general work.
Yeah,
the bigger picture sucks.
Right, you're right. And let me rephrase that, because that came out very weird. It's not that I don't like working. I actually enjoy working when I understand and am for the purpose of my job.
Give me 1 second.
Yep. That motherfucker's gonna come back and you gotta do it all over again.
It was I think it is the Roadcaster that's making it do the beep thing. Could you hear it that it was doing the connect disconnect?
Not that time.
All right, we might let it ride then, and I'll just suck it up and deal with it.
You know, I didn't hear it that time. I think I heard it before we started, but
All right, but yeah, I'm with you, man. You gotta. I think this is a good thing.
I don't even remember what the thing was.
Stand up comedy, bro.
Oh, okay.
And then we had kind of dove into work, and you have to start working before you see the bigger picture. And my comment was, and a lot of the time that bigger picture sucks because you're not that important.
And you know what? It's not even about that, right? I think that that's by design. Not well, it's not a think about it. I know that it's by design now that I think about it, because by the time we as employees get the bigger picture, we recognize you're taking advantage of people, you're taking advantage of me. Like you said, you're not gonna ever show me or pay me my worth.
Right.
All that shit comes into view, and if we would have seen that before we started training, a lot of us wouldn't even,
Wouldn't even deal with it.
right. So yeah, it's by design, and it's crazy because I do see like a mass awakening happen. It's not just me, when like from people that I talk to, when I say I can't see myself. I heard it that time, but I think
It's
that
all right.
was
That was something else. I was trying to see if it was something else. Keep going.
um damn, I
The
need
mass
some ginkgo.
awakening.
Oh right. I need some ginkgo
Oh,
for
for
real.
real,
My
my
short
short
term
term
just
just
is
is
not short terming like it should be. But yeah, I do think it's a mass awakening because it's not just me who feels like I can't work for somebody that exploits, their consumer, their employees, and I'm seeing a lot of people saying like I'm looking for, work here and there, and it's like you want to say, like, of course your first reaction is that's what's up, like the good for
Yeah.
you that you're coming to that. But the sad reality is, if we're going to keep playing by this game, everybody can't do that.
Right. No, I'm with you.
But the thing about it is, I can see that we know everything is cyclical, and the shift is also happening where it's starting to look and feel disgusting when somebody has too much money. We're eventually going to get to a point where people who have too much money like that aren't going to show their face at all whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
so that shift is happening as well. I don't know, it's just what's the name of that movie?
Which one?
Um Everything Everywhere All
All
at
at
Once or
once.
something
Yeah.
like that. That's what it feels like.
No, I mean, I'm
But I
with
feel
you.
like that's designed as well. You know what I'm saying? Overwhelm these motherfuckers. Stimulus overload these motherfuckers so they can't rebel.
Right.
If enough
Well,
people
that's the idea. That's your
whine
whole
to
rocking them
their
to sleep that you bring up all the time.
right, if enough people whine to their psychologist, and we can medicate enough of them and put in. If you think, listen, if they're putting what they put into our foods, what the fuck do you think they're putting into your anxiety and your depression and your all that medication? What the fuck do you think they're doing with that?
Right. All right. I am getting this beat back again on my side. Can you
It's
keep
driving
going
you
for a
crazy.
second?
Yeah, no, I can.
All right.
So damn that ginkgo. Got that quick what we was talking about, or what I was talking about. But yeah, now I'm not gonna talk right here. I just know it has something to do with work. That's all I do now. Oh, the cyclicality of it all. So yeah, we're coming back to that point, which means since we have lived individually as households for the past, couple centuries, maybe not a couple centuries, but I would argue at least one and a half, we're gonna have to get back to that community.
Right.
That's the cycle of things. The only bad thing about it is this whole setup of it all is set up individually, right? Like, so let's put it like this. If people one day wake up and they say, you know what, I want to live next to my brother and my sister and our parents, in their last days and set up a little compound and all that. We know that in order for you to be able to do that, not only would you have to own 4 or 5 houses that were back to back with each other. Like a shared backyard, a shared space, because you can't have a community if one person's house is on one street, the other person's house is on the other street, the other person's house is down the block and around
Well,
the
no, and
corner.
that's the whole reason why even when you and I trade those reels back and forth, that it's the um you got to buy 5, 10 acres and put them all on that same plot
But they
off of
know
like a single driveway.
You're absolutely correct. The issue is that they know the cycle. They know the cycle. That's why they push us into this individuality setup, and then they buy all of that land to where it's not available in the opportune places people would want to set up those compounds.
You're right.
So now they've been working on this behind closed doors for 5 to 10 years, and people just woke up yesterday. We don't have time to make up that ground.
Right.
So the only solution that I could think of that I know people will not go for unless the shift is that powerful and that real is if people start walking around with their deeds and they
Yeah.
go to the neighborhoods where their brother and their sister and their uncle stay maybe side by side, and they go to their neighbors and they say, listen, I'll give you money and this deed if you give me your house. You can take mine and move your family into these
Well, and
areas
start
here.
working around real estate agents, like, because they're just in it to make the biggest buck or the quickest buck that they can. In
How do you
which
do
case,
that?
most of the time when it comes to real estate, it's going to be private equity because they have the capital. And this is funny because this actually ties into my inadvertent thought for the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you, and I know you don't follow politics, but there is a House bill out for for the state of Ohio right now
Okay.
that is aimed at basically reducing property taxes. And what people are upset about is the schools. And I'm like, it's real fucking funny that our legislators are suddenly considered about property taxes when over the last 2 years, who's bought up all the property?
The
Private equity,
right,
BlackRock, Vanguard, those kinds of places.
right,
You know why they want to you know why they want to lower the taxes? It's not to help people. It's not. It's to give money back into the pockets of the corporations
right.
because they just jumped everybody's tax rate on these properties over the last 3 years with the last county audit of all these properties. And so, with that, coming out of COVID, housing values skyrocketed. That's the whole housing bubble that's happening right now. Ohio state legislators, who are largely Republican, who are in bed with all of these fucking companies right now, are talking about capping property taxes basically to not allow schools to utilize the property taxes anymore. But people who own property are excited about it. And I'm like, y'all ain't seeing the bigger picture here. Yes, those of us who own property are going to have lower taxes on that property. But you know who owns the majority of the property in this state right now? Private fucking equity. It's not the
Right.
people, it's the corporations that have bought up the land, that have bought up all of the housing units, that have bought up apartment buildings. And all this is designed to do is to put money back in the hands either of themselves as shareholders of those companies or back pocket deals with these fucking developers. And it's some bullshit right now, man, because you're right. It takes away from our ability to go buy our 40 acres in a mule and saying we
But see,
buy it.
that's the
And
thing. That's the thing. That's what I was trying to get at with the whole deed situation.
I hear
If
you.
you have enough people with enough ownership make those moves, and then you one neighborhood like becomes a damn near like a colony where you have groups of 4 and 5 houses together, all families.
I
At
hear
that point,
you. Well, I
well,
think
listen,
go ahead,
listen.
go ahead.
At that point, property tax is no longer a thing. It's not real anymore.
It
because
still is
because you
technically
can
until
say that, but how many people are going to come enforce a tax law in a neighborhood
that
full of
is fully
communities of
developed. Yeah,
people that, and we're not even all in the same boat, but we all fight for the same cause. We want to be
right.
left alone in our own areas. You can try to come in there and take somebody's land back because they didn't pay a $2,500 bill at the end of the year, but what do you think you're going to be met with?
Facts.
Because that's all it is at the end of the day. Have said it before, like people will spend, families will spend 30 to 100 years of their lives paying a house off for ownership, and if a bank thinks that by you missing a $2,500 annual payment that they then have a stake to take that house back, then by Joe, you're a pussy if you don't do something about that.
Right.
You deserve your house to be
They can take
taken if
it
you
back
don't do
on
something
paper,
about
but they
that.
can't take it back on anything else.
Right. Yeah, you can say whatever you want, but you're not going to pry me out of this alive. That's how
Right.
that works.
Except until they start using law enforcement to carry that out. And to your
And
point,
again, you're going to have to pry me out of it dead.
I
The
hear you.
best bet would be for you to find ways to shut off utilities and all methods of convenience to the address to
Well,
the point that,
that's why the first thing that we do, Cliff, is be not grid dependent.
right, that's the name of the game. And that's again why I say
And you want to
it's
talk about
hard.
preparedness. I mean, making sure that you have access to solar and solar
Solar
panels.
at the very least, right?
Now, I'm with you, generators and all that, but that gasoline ain't cheap.
And
And who knows that
generators,
you've got access to it?
and then generators are that just puts you in a dangerous predicament because you don't have any way to keep producing gasoline at your residence. If gasoline becomes scarce, you have to travel further and further, and the
Yep.
longer you're away from home, the more you're at risk, not
Yep.
just of something happening while you're out, but something happening at your home front
While
that you're
you're out.
coming
Yeah.
back into that you're not prepared for.
Right. Well, and to your point, that's where you need community.
And that's what I'm saying. The way they set it up, they have individualized every family. It's a family unit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even the way that the houses are only built 7 feet apart makes it hard for you to be able to defend your area like you would normally back in a Wild Wild West movie.
Right. Well, and that's where, to your point, if you can't cluster family together, like it I don't know. Because this is the same feedback that I gave our boy when he was selling stuff door to door and mad that people were not that he was not and people were mad that he was knocking on the door. Like with all of that, to me that answer is we got to rebuild neighborhood communities,
Right.
and I don't think anybody has an appetite for it.
I mean,
So how do you I don't know, how do you broker that conversation?
I don't even think it's about brokering any conversation. It's no different than any other trend, right? It's
Yeah.
no different than podcasting. Back when we started, it was only a select few people doing it. Now everybody and their mama's podcasting now. You feel
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
So what happens is the trend fires off and you got the few smart ones that get the most out of it, that hopped on it early, and they're going to move out, and what's going to happen is that's going to open up space in certain
In
neighborhoods
certain places.
to
Yeah.
where their prices go down, and then you have people sift into those developments, and then those people then sift into their communities, other people sift into their homes to take their place,
Yeah.
and then eventually the cycle goes to where these neighborhoods are inhabited in uninhabited because everybody else is on the outskirts in their community lives.
And my problem is I love the concept. The capital to do it either in the city or buy land and build is ridiculous.
Well, see, that's the
The
thing.
alternative is, sorry, let me get to the
No, you're
alternative.
good.
The alternative is multifamily properties, but I don't know. I don't know
But
that
see,
that's something I'd want to do.
no, no, not at all. Not at all. Like I have to choose who I want my community there with, right? And I don't mean to sound what's the word?
You don't want white folks. I hear you.
No, no, definitely,
You got to have at least
definitely.
one.
No, I no. Here's the thing about it. It's not that I wouldn't want any white folks. It's just that y'all are doing a good job for yourselves right now. You know what I'm saying? To the point that there may come a time where it's in reverse, where they're like, "Oh, you holding that white boy back there? What you holding that white boy back there for? Do we need to come back?" You know what I'm saying? Like it may spin back around, right?
Are you harboring white folks?
Right. It may turn that way, and you gotta be prepared for. You better make sure that that motherfucker is important to you, because you remember what them whites did to the whites that harbored niggas.
No doubt. Facts.
That's all I'm saying, and they didn't have a reason to.
Right. No doubt.
These motherfuckers might come back for vengeance, and then I'm not. I gotta stand in the way of that. This nigga
Damn
ain't
it.
even let me hold
Damn
a
it.
dollar.
Oh
And then
man.
have you noticed how have you noticed you'll get a kick out of this though. Have you noticed how white women are doing what white women do best, and they're turning against the white men now? Like
Yes.
you see all the Instagram memes where it's like, you know what? White men is what's everything that's wrong with this world. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm thinking to myself like, bitch, you're responsible for Emmett Till and all. You're the reason they carried out a lot of those acts. And now you're going to turn tail on them and say they're the problem? I said, oh,
I mean, we are the
crazy.
problem. I can't like. They have a point. However,
But you're involved. You're
but
lumped into that too,
more women
ma'am.
voted for Trump than Biden.
Right.
Just throwing that
That's
out
what
there.
I'm saying. Like you're lumped into that group too, ma'am.
Right. I
And
saw.
then they won't say they're wrong, just like the Emmett Till lady won't say I'm wrong until I'm on my deathbed. And
Well,
I
it's
even
because they're not capable of admitting they're wrong. Period. I date
that's
two
what
of them, and it's not possible.
and do niggas think that you will have slavery part 2, revenge of the cotton fields, before you get an apology for what took place the first time.
Right. From anyone.
That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm
You're
trying to
talking like
say.
the government. I got you.
From anybody, reparations or anything. You have to understand how heinous is. Omar Gaddafi was like, my nigga, I'll take care of the reparations for the blacks. And the American government was like, nope, nope, nope. You sound crazy. Not only kill him and put a World Bank in Libya.
Right.
That is where we were.
Burkina Faso is going to be the next to make that offer.
And you know what the difference is? He actually, like, Gaddafi had a lot of people behind him as well, but not like Burkina Faso.
Right.
Not like Burkina Faso. They got countries behind them
Right.
following suit and figuring out the benefit. They're saying that Africa will be over half of the world's spending power by 2050.
That's crazy.
Over half of the world's
But
spending
probably
power will come out of
past due.
Africa alone.
Yeah.
It is. Again, it's cyclical.
It is.
It's only a matter of time before the cycle comes back, and that's why they're trying to burst the bubble now, and they don't care about how anyone feels about it, because you're not going to have a chance to burst the bubble later.
Right.
So you might as well do it now while you have the opportunity and the control to be able to do so.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you.
Like some motherfucker, I don't know.
All right.
Don't
Since we're talking about white folks, but white women in particular.
Yeah. You. That's all. That's the only thing I wanted to do. Is I know we were kind of hard last week. I want to make sure you are involved as well, man. Don't think that you're just gonna skate and just put the white men up for it. Like you're just everything that's wrong with who birthed them, bitch. The fuck. The fuck.
Oh man, Opus Clips, get that one.
You better fucking not either.
That'll be the one that goes viral, man.
It would too. It would. But I don't know for good or bad reasons. Probably both.
Hey, no such thing as bad publicity.
But
Um,
I was about to go OD on that one.
oh yeah.
I'll never let a white person put on my lapel mic. I know that much. So we won't have to.
Do I count as white if I'm a robot though?
Yeah.
Oh, do I?
Well,
Son
see,
of a bitch.
that's what you see. It's just like how Asians were reclassified as white, like back in the '60s.
Yeah.
Robots are already white, and they don't even know it. Like
Right,
you're already classified as white. You're learning. You're going through the white training book
right
as
now.
we speak.
That's
Right?
what all the
You know
learning
what
models
saying?
are about. You're right. All right.
The black training you'll never find on paper. You hear what I'm saying? And that's why we're so hard to beat, because it's like they're passing this information down verbally generation to generation, and you'll never get it unless you're a child of
Right.
an elder.
I hear you. All right.
Well, now you got a whole lot of internet not Uncle Tom's, because that's not internet Sambos that'll give up all the information just to try to
right.
try to get clicks and tags and
True.
likes, and
All the stuff
I
about
want to
the
be
Akashic
down.
records and
Well,
giving us
that's
all the
different.
secrets.
I don't that's those secrets need to be revealed regardless of culture.
Okay. All right.
Because they're so far back, you know what I'm saying, that those are answers that we all need from a human perspective.
Yeah.
But as far as trying to infiltrate cultures to get information that's not necessarily meant for you, they'll let you know if they want you to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You don't have to. That's what museums are full of items that don't belong to the person displaying them.
That's facts. Except
So
for the ones in the Louvre that were the victim of the Italian job too this week.
oh right, listen.
I mean, I'm here for it. I actually, you know what my prediction is though?
What?
Elaborate PR stunt for the fact that the Italian job 2 is coming out soon. There's going to be some press conference where it's the stars of the movie showing off the jewels as all a big PR stunt.
Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out live online right now as we speak. You got a computer in front of you, right?
I do.
So where was it in France? Now, is the Italian job 2 in Italy again?
Well,
are they going to Paris,
I think
baby?
It's international. I think it's international.
We got niggas in Paris? Yeah, I have at least 3 questions that might let us know if that is possibly correct.
All right, well.
Does it say where the museum was?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, where the museum was in France.
It's Paris.
It was Paris?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is the median income of the area around Paris currently? You know what I'm saying? Where does Paris fall?
Ooh, adjusted for US dollars. Let's see what we got here. Median income is not any better than here.
I figured as much.
It's 36,000 per year.
And
they're overthrowing their government like every 3 days.
Right. And I would imagine that it gets a little higher outside of Paris as you move.
Definitely.
Okay, perfect. So we're on track here. Do we have a name or a museum director at all that was overseeing security and stuff?
Let's see. Oh, come on.
I would be a dangerous fucking man with Neuralink. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Right.
I would be a dangerous fucking man with Neuralink.
Director Lawrence Descartes.
Lawrence Descartes. Google that last name for me, please. I want to see if there's any
The
connection.
Perouse Descartes family, known since the 11th century, is one of the
See?
oldest, noblest families in France.
Do you see what I'm saying now? See, now this is
See, you're going the other direction though. You were looking for the security guy to see if he was in on the job, but now that
No,
you
no,
know the
no, no, no,
director
no. I wasn't
is
looking to see if he was in on the job. I was trying to see how prestigious this security guard guy was, because the only way that it would have been a promo is for museums in that area to throw away their nobility in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Now you're doing marketing schemes when you were supposed to be prestigious. And I wouldn't imagine somebody connected to a noble family for 11 centuries to throw all of that away for no reason at all. Now, since we know that there's an uprising going on in France, what I would imagine is for people like the French citizens to be actively targeting people like that,
yeah, that's fair.
because
On it.
that would be my deal. If there was a chance for me to stick it to the oligarchs of the Uniteds, where could I get my hands on a liquid asset? Because now, unless you're a hacker, how can you hurt somebody whose
Right.
everything they own is digital?
True.
Robin Hood's don't he wouldn't have a bow and arrow anymore.
Right.
He would have a laptop and
No, he'd
a
be a hacker. Yeah.
right.
He'd be Ant Man. That's what Ant Man went to jail for before he became Ant Man.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he robbed. He basically robbed a bank and sent the money to all the shareholders or all of the account holders.
That's the opposite of the shareholders. Okay, yeah, that's some Robin Hood shit. They need to remake Robin Hood.
Like a modern day Robin Hood.
Yeah, real shit. They need to do that
I feel like
because
we could write this.
I think we might have to. We might have to do, like we might
it,
legitimately have to do that.
it's not quite as good. And we're not going to pitch it. I don't think we're going to pitch it live on the air the way we did the Montgomery Tea Party. But
Right, right. I forgot about no. We can't do that because I think that we need this, right?
right,
And we know that the powers that be like to toe the line so fucking close that they will let you see a rebellion movie and think it's futile anyway. You know
right,
what I'm saying? They're
right.
not gonna.
Because it's all going to be to be a good movie. Like all the good things would have to happen. When in real life, it would be all the shit that happened.
Right, right.
All right,
So then it just has to be, what do you call it? What are those tattoos?
henna,
No,
temporary.
that was a good immediate guess. Nah, they're not always tattoos. Sometimes they're pictures too, but it'll be like something that'll say love and you flip it up and it'll say
Oh yeah,
hate.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It would have to be one of those joints where the good things are, simile to the bad things that have to take place for the good to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's damn near like cornrows. No, really though. You know what I'm saying? Like cornrows, like not their original purpose. Their original purpose was to keep hair out of your face and shit, and in the sun. But they would cornrows maps in their head to escape
Oh
different
yeah, yeah,
plantations. So it was a map. You had your nephew bend over so I can see your head. And then you know
yeah.
which way to go
Right.
at the
Right.
fork in the road. So all that movie would be a map to a revolution built into an entertainment. And they do that, but nobody's ever done it like the F-16 fighter jet songs.
Right. Right. Right.
And that's
I'm glad that
essentially
you're
what we
referring
need.
to those now.
Yeah, no, you sent it
After
to
being
me, and
unaware.
you know what? It's funny, and this is how shit is just wicked. This AI shit is wicked, and it's getting older as we speak. We talked about
Yes, we
baby
did.
AIs. They're growing up. They're toddlers now. But as soon as you sent that to me, that's all I kept seeing.
Oh, I'm sure.
F-16, Warhawks, T1M hammers. What I'm like, what the? First of all, I understand. I understand the resistance and the comedy of it all.
Yeah.
But who has access to any of that?
Well, the whole thing is if there's revolution, you got to fight for access to those things, and if you have them, you better know how to use them.
We know how we know how wicked these people are in control right now. I don't doubt.
Oh, they'd
Like
bomb
there's
themselves if they thought something was in risk of
right.
being taken.
And
No
even
doubt.
beyond, and even if they didn't, I guarantee there's a kill switch on there somewhere.
Right. They're all low jacked.
Right. Once you go so far without a agreement from headquarters saying yes, this plane is allowed to fly, it's gonna blow on you.
Right. And if not, Cliff just gave him the idea.
Shit. I mean, why do we need them? Like, I don't. That's my whole thing. I don't plan on going anywhere.
Right.
I don't plan on going anywhere. You know, if the fight happens, I plan on surviving or dying here.
Yeah.
But I don't plan on going anywhere else or retreating. So I don't need your plane.
Fair.
I don't need it. Now, whoever likes those jingles and paid attention enough, if you want to do a fucking flyover to see if you can't, but even that wouldn't make sense, right? Because we wouldn't have the communications that we would have with the local towers.
Right.
So you don't know that you're not bombing the resistance.
Right.
You can't drop any of those bombs because that could
well, unless it's fully a military fleet, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So basically, only if it's like ship to ship or ship to tank
Yeah,
combat.
I guess that would be the only, yeah.
Basically, if you're wearing a uniform, you fucked.
But see that, but even that's fucked up, right? Because we've all seen Red Dawn, and a lot of those missions, they had to wear the uniforms of the enemies just to infiltrate to be able to set up their bombs and all
That's
that,
true.
right?
That's true.
So you're still taking a risk. Like it's guerrilla warfare. It's
Right.
we're not. It would never be tactical communication warfare.
Right.
So you have to let things play out in certain areas, you know, without getting involved the way the government would. That overreach kind of hurts people. The Viet Cong gave it to America because they were small and popping up places, not
Right.
because they were all together hitting at one time.
Yep. Well, and I mean that's warfare today in general.
Right. And you're not going to get past it with AI, with drones and
Like there aren't
all kinds of
there
other
aren't
stuff.
really front lines anymore.
Mm-mm. Or you could argue that there are more front lines, just
More spread out.
or not even spread out. Like let's say, you know, the mission itself might contain 3 front lines.
Yeah.
One with initial security to enter a building, the second at the first door to get past the security
Yeah, and
desk.
that's generally how those missions kind of work. Yeah.
Right. Like it's a gang of front lines, just not as big on a, you know,
Right.
scale.
Right. All right, circling back to white women because I had an inadvertent thought.
All right, you ain't gonna get away that quick.
I had an inadvertent thought. All of this informative murder porn that's on our TV these days.
What's that?
All the true crime documentaries.
Oh, I mean, okay. So you're being hyperbolic. I am.
It's all feminist propaganda.
Okay.
To turn everybody against white men.
Spit it out, group chat. Spit it out.
Took me a second. I had my thought. I had a good way to phrase it, and then the phrasing slipped.
I
still knew what I needed to say. I just forgot the phrasing for it. But
hold on.
It's part of the feminist propaganda movement that Gordon wants to harp on. I think this is part of it. I think true crime documentaries about all these white men.
You know what?
It might be it might be black family propaganda. That's really it. The African American film community is behind all of these true crime documentaries about white folks to turn the narrative around.
Hell no, the fuck it ain't. Listen, motherfuckers, and then we don't have to, and that's the thing about it. You think Tyler Perry making money writing scripts. We don't gotta write the scripts. We can just look up news articles and say, this crazy motherfucker here. Hey, somebody start acting out this.
That's what a documentary is, bro.
No, what I'm saying it's not propaganda. It's not propaganda.
How do I know, Cliff?
It's national history. It's not propaganda. See, that's funny is because I thought you were going somewhere else and I was about to go OD for the second time in a row. And I'm still debating on what it's Zionist propaganda, right? You know what I'm saying? We know that you own Pornhub and we know that there's a lot of men who haven't had like physical experience with women. So what happens is they think that sex in real life is supposed to emulate sex that they see on those porn videos, and women get dangerously close with the crime documentaries involving sex. So what you're doing is you're boiling a pot right there before it gets over the top. A woman likes you to put your hand on their neck, but they don't want you to squeeze until their face turns purple. You feel what I'm saying?
It's and arteries. It's arteries, not windpipe.
And those are right. And those are two languages, those two conversations that don't get had in those scenarios. So you're ramping up all of the crazy stats.
So we're making it worse by this informative murder porn?
Mm-hmm.
We're encouraging more of it? All right.
I don't think we're encouraging more of it, but it's almost like school shootings, right? Like school shootings like happen, and I'm convinced that, people carry those out for a specific agenda.
I completely agree.
And the more that they happen, the more...
And by the way, I don't think it's the actual shooter's agenda.
No, I don't. I agree. But the more that they happen, the more other people get to say, well, take the guns away, and all that. So you have a group of people that are silently rooting for shit like that to happen. So they, get to say something like that.
Right.
And I feel like it's the same
and
thing with this.
And meanwhile, the other side of the take the guns away argument is now, or has the same MO to be able to go, well, no, this shows the reason more people should be armed because they could stop people like this. Like, it feeds both sides of the argument.
But see,
and
my
either
whole
way,
thing,
politicians win.
I guess so, they both lose depending on perception. Either way, my whole thing is we've seen the way ICE has conducted themselves in these raids across the United States, right?
Yep.
If you think taking guns away saves kids, you're an absolute fucking moron, because you see them rounding these people up right now, and that's
rounding up kids.
And that's why we have guns. So think about what they would do if we didn't have guns.
Right.
They wouldn't need to put them on a bus or a plane or a van. They would take care of them right there where they rounded them up.
Yep. No doubt.
So it's like all of it is just, and it's really sad, right? At the end of the day, because either you're a person that sees through the curtain and you see the setups that are taking place, because people like to say, well, they're playing chess and we're playing checkers. Nah, my nigga. They're playing chess and we're still building with building blocks.
Right.
We still have the ABC blocks that we're stacking up while they're over there Bobby Fishering a chessboard. So if you don't see that they're playing 10 and 20 years in the future and all that nonsense, then it's like, well, damn, like, where's the ego death, right?
Right.
Like, if you can't see the setup that's taking place in front of you, how can you then be so sure that you're right about shit?
Right.
At some point you got to let your ego die and be like, I might not know what I think I know.
Right. You can have suspicions, but you don't know.
Right. Just be open to shit. Don't be so quick to shut shit down before you even hear about it, because people have been saying things that have become true for decades and you weren't ever listening. And
Right.
that's why you're so shocked that it's all happening now.
Right.
And that goes for a lot of, I hate to talk politics, but that goes for a lot of the MAGA people. That nigga Trump did such a good job of wooing you the first time around that now this time around, half of you, like to your detriment, are following him into a burning building.
Right. Have you
And
seen?
the ill shit is a lot of people don't recognize until it's too late.
Oh, no doubt. That's how he got elected a second time,
Right.
and people are surprised. Like,
And then that's how the propaganda comes out where it's like, well, some people are just too stupid to make decisions. It's true.
yeah,
It is
thanks.
very true. It's very true. Some people are too stupid to make decisions. But the issue is when you think about intelligence on a level of the entire country, that would mean that only 30% of us were really eligible to make those decisions. And
Absolutely.
30%
That's what
people
all of
can't,
that would be. Right.
right, 30% can't make the decisions for the majority.
Right.
So you're stuck in this painful, never-ending loop of,
Well, no, the
my nigga,
problem
you
is
need
that
a helmet.
that it's 30. It's not 30%. It's 30 people
Right.
that are making the decisions for
And that's
us,
the crazy shit about it is like
and it's
you
because they purport to be, smart because they're billionaires, when really all it
right.
is ancient money and
Right. Right. And
the
you
nature of
that's what I was about to
capitalism.
say. Listen, you walk around every day, whether it be work or whatever, and you're having to take orders from motherfuckers that you're staring at like,
Right.
did you ride a full length bus when you were in school? Do you have a soft spot as an adult? Did you wear a helmet coming up? Let me put my finger under your nose to see if you're still breathing. Like what, like you know what I'm saying? Like you are the dumbest motherfucker I've ever come across. But I'll just have to sit here and be like, yeah. Training is how much longer?
Son of a bitch.
It's 6 weeks? A 6 week training? Is this gonna are they the only one? Okay, all right.
Is there anybody else?
Yeah, we can't switch it up, Residency this training. Let's get a couple different faces in here. Nah, that's life. Just dumb motherfuckers that you just gotta be like, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Well, nah, you can't even do that anymore because these motherfuckers get offended. I'm neither
What
nor.
what are your pronouns? Thanks.
Like it's just like this is all too much, and I didn't never agree to play this game. I really didn't.
Yeah.
I don't care who had sex to drop me off on this insane asylum rock, but I didn't agree to any of this shit. I didn't sign my birth certificate.
Here's the problem, Cliff. Simulation theory. You did.
Yeah, I know, right? And the crazy thing, you. The crazy thing is, when I said I've been meditating lately, and I was meditating, and that's all I kept telling myself is, in a crazy fucking world, you agreed to this. This is what you wanted. You wanted the difficulty level turned up, and you got exactly what the fuck you wanted. So stop complaining, stop bitching, and just push through.
Right. Right.
And that makes sense, right? Because me as a person, I'm not picking easy.
Right.
At the
No
end of
doubt.
this life, if it starts all over again and God pops up on my Nintendo screen and he said, congratulations, you didn't do the best, but you stumbled through hard. You made it through there. You're going back in. Do you want me to set it for rookie this time?
Survival mode.
Wait,
Hardcore.
God, how many slots are above hard? Extreme, havoc. Okay. Let's go extreme this time, Lord. I know it. I know it. I know that. Like knowing myself, I know that's how it went, and I know that's how it's gonna go. So with that being said, it's like
so you chose all this shit,
right? It's like so. With that being said, it's like my
rather we
purpose.
did.
My purpose in life is to stop fucking bitching and learn the flow. Right? Because it's never going to end is essentially the conclusion that I'm coming to is if I know I'm always going to be difficult, I'm always going to want the difficult option.
Right.
This may be the easiest it ever is for me. So you have to learn to enjoy even
Amen.
through the hate,
Well, and
because there's a
that
piece
was
of me that's on fire and it's burning and I just want to explode. And then there's a piece that's like, who gives a fuck, my nigga?
yeah. Well, and that was kind of my point in our text thread earlier this week, where had somebody been in the room with me instead of via text, that conversation may not have happened.
You talking
So
about? Oh, you're talking about the
yeah,
third party involved in
yep,
the
yep,
text thread.
yep.
Okay,
Get out of your feelings and such.
right.
Uh,
No, but I think that goes both ways, though.
oh, I agree.
I think that there are a lot of things that he was saying as well that you may have taken a different way than he was planning on it to be taken, also.
I think that's fair. I mean, that's absolutely fair.
Because even when you could tell that it went off rails, you could see the accountability. Well, if I made anybody feel like that wasn't my intention, you know
That
what
was
I'm
like a
saying? Like,
day later, but yes.
no, he did
No,
it in
I know, I know
real
he did.
time in
I
the
know he
text.
did.
But I'm saying that's something that you wouldn't have gotten
Right,
back in the day.
no doubt.
That speaks to something,
It
because
does.
before it would have been a flip out situation
Right,
and motherfuckers is like, nah, I'm good on you for a while.
right. And I was inching towards that, but to your point, there were some
Yeah, no, we're
concessions
getting
made
older.
where it
Right.
yeah. So it's all good. We're all good.
And
And he and
those
I
are
have
better
and he and I have had arguments like that since the eighth grade, man.
those are
Not
better
necessarily these topics.
conversations.
I agree. I
I'd
agree.
much rather have a head bumping conversation than one where we both agree with each other.
Yeah.
I want to learn something. Like, teach me something new. Like,
That's also one of my points in that thread. However,
all
like
right,
I'm the only motherfucker that's lived it, so let's chill.
right,
Um,
right, right. That is completely and utterly correct. And
oh
I'm the
damn!
seer. I'm the one that's from a mile away. I'm like, ooh, I'm not walking into that trap. Y'all got that. Y'all keep going
You know
that
what
way.
the
I'm
flip
gonna
side
be
is,
over
though.
here.
You know what the flip side is, though. If someone were to
What?
ever get a hold of that chat, I stand by every fucking thing in it.
I mean, nothing was wild. Like, no, I don't think
No, we
anything.
never. They never. I don't think any of it. Well,
Yeah, even what
an
he was saying
outsider. No, it's not wild. Like I
wasn't.
even,
Yeah, wasn't wild.
but I even said like in my thing, like, dude, I agree with you. If you keep preaching at me with this shit, I am going to shut you off. Like that was my point at that point. Like,
Right.
because that wasn't the first time I said I
You're
was
beating
done
a
with it.
dead horse.
Right, right. And my whole thing was the entire time was, I understand you. I understand your point of view. I'm not even arguing your point of view or against your point of view. I am telling you I'm done with this fucking
Right.
conversation.
Right. And there's no immediate into it, right? Like,
Right.
and then let's be honest, we don't even have a dog in the fight.
Right.
Like, maybe Gordon, I'm sad. Maybe he feels away, right? Because maybe he wants to get married. And
Maybe.
maybe he doesn't like the risk of it all at this point. But let's be honest, my nigga. We're not spring chickens.
Right.
No woman is gonna get with you thinking she has found her, my get out of poverty free card.
Hard. Right.
If
Right.
she hasn't established herself in a manner, that's probably a bad
Bad
deal in
choice.
itself
Right.
in the first place.
Like
You know?
I've even said it. I don't know if I were to ever even if marriage was ever back on the table for me. I'm pretty sure I'd need somebody who had a corporate job.
Well, I'll never get married because multiple reasons. Why the fuck do I need these white folks in the government in my business?
Right. I
What
hear
the
you.
fuck what can you offer me other than judicial leniency and tax cuts to make me want to involve you in my relationship?
Right.
This is my fucking relationship. And not one of y'all bitches on that committee are giving us pussy or dick in this relationship to balance out the fucking that you're doing in the long run.
Right.
So why would I want to involve you? Why would I want to involve you in that? I don't need a license to know who I'm loyal to.
Right. Right.
And baby, I
Thanks.
can buy a ring whether it's attached to the license or not.
Right.
So I don't
Thanks.
understand what's going on here.
I
And then
don't need the
beyond that,
paper.
like I die, this woman gets all my money. And it's not saying that I have much to leave to anybody, but still, why does the woman get my money when I have kids?
Right.
My
Well,
child shouldn't have to ask
which by the
a
way
step
reminds
parent if they can get money because you now have my bank account.
right, which by the way, this reminds me. At some point over the next couple of weeks, can I steal you for a day and can we go notarize something?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, just let me know, whatever.
Because, it all goes to Andrew.
And that's now it can though, right?
Right.
And that's the crazy thing about it is even in your situation, that is his biological parent.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure with you being gone, you wouldn't want him to have to ask mom every time he needs something.
Yep.
This wasn't meant for mom to have.
Right.
This was meant
It was
for you
never,
and your future.
for the record, it was never meant for mom
Right.
to have.
We were meant to share this while we went on our journey together through companionhood. But once that ended, none of this over here is any longer yours.
Thanks.
Now, as a man, should you cushion her fall from companionhood? Yes,
Yeah,
I do believe you
she
should.
can ask her son for money. That's my view.
Ooh, but see now that but see that's immature, right? Because now you're doing the opposite where you're putting the son in a position where he now has the responsibility of saying, does mom really need this or should I be stingy and you know what I'm
And I
saying?
know my child, he'd be stingy. Uh,
We want to raise kids that will give up their PlayStation to pay their mother's bills, not
right.
the ones that's like, ugh, ma, I don't know, man. I was saving up this month and I'm almost at. I don't think I can. That's how we get again to where we are today, where everybody's hoarding wealth when it's not a competition, my nigga.
Right.
We all could have.
Right.
We all could have and be lovely.
Yep. No doubt. I'm with you.
Yeah, we don't want to continue that fucking route.
All right.
So,
So, did you have
yeah,
something
no, go
else?
ahead.
No,
No,
I was gonna shift gears for us. So, I titled the episode "Foolishly Quotable Quotes," and the reason for that is it was very wasn't even really a bet, but I bet my son after we finished watching Rocky 3.
Wakaching.
No, Rocky 3, sorry.
I was about to say,
Watching Rocky
what the
3.
fuck popped up on his subtitles?
Oh, is that
Oh
what it
shit! I thought
said?
that was a new movie. I was about to say, is that in
Watch a
English?
King. It's the next Black Afrofuturism film, Cliff.
Something right.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it.
Points for that. Yeah.
No, so we finished watching Rocky 3, and I looked at him. I'm like, I bet you I can send this text, and I can tell you exactly what the response is.
What? Wait. You
I,
bet you
I
could send a text to Andrew and you knew what the
no,
response was.
I told him it was somebody else. It was a different
Oh,
person.
okay.
So Rocky 3. What do you think the quote was?
Rocky 3 is
Mr. T. Clubber Lang.
Mr. T. Okay, that's 4. Drago's 4, huh?
Drago's 4. Which, by the
Um,
way, 90% of that movie is just montages. Like,
right. I'm assuming that the quote came from Apollo Creed.
nope,
No.
nope. It's a two-part quote. There's two people involved. Um, it's neither Creed nor Balboa.
So it has to be Lang
Right,
then.
right.
Who else would be involved?
Not a major character, basically a background character.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Not
his
even a movie.
manager.
Not even a background character. Basically an extra. What's the prediction for the fight? Pain.
I do remember that
It's
part,
the
but I
reporter.
wouldn't.
It's the reporter who asks Clubber Lang.
I wouldn't.
And it immediately triggered memories of running around Pittsburgh with one Carl Frederick Covington III.
Damn, I think gave the government.
And I texted him. I said, "What's your prediction for the fight?" And about 10 minutes later, pain. So, and I have a couple of quotes like that with
That's because y'all are some fucking Pittsburgh robots.
nerds. It's fine. Anyways,
Yeah. Well, they build that into their
that's true.
operating
That's
system.
part of it being white.
So, well, no, we know ain't nothing white about Carl.
That's facts.
Fuck out of here.
Which, by the way, happy 42nd birthday, sir.
Oh shit!
It was
Happy
sometime
birthday.
this week. Anyways, so we get through this, and there are a couple of other ones that I have like it, but it did bring up the question: what are some of the most memorable movie quotes that you could think of?
Oh, there's there's so many that's actually a good one right there. So number one, I gotta go to and I just saw the clip on Instagram the other day, the Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
Okay.
Man, when he had him out when they was in the swamp, and he said, you more cut than a julienne salad." He said, "Any tips? Any tips you got?" I said, "Oh my god." That is what me and Face used to go back and forth. As soon as I saw the clip, I sent it to her immediately. That was number one. Like, and it's crazy too, because white people are like, "Oh, he was in blackface and you ain't got motherfucker." Let me tell you something. If you're ignorant, stupid, dumb, unintelligent ass can't see how that's different,
that's
completely different.
That's the problem.
And it was meant for art, right? Art is meant to be displayed. So what Robert Downey Jr. did is he paid an homage enough to know niggas wasn't gonna be upset by him doing that. Now, if you want to do blackface so much, display it as art and put it up on your Instagram feeds and so on and so forth. And we can judge how good the art is.
Right.
And depending on how well you did, there may be consequences, there may not be.
Right.
But you're not Robert fucking Downey Jr.
So shut the fuck up.
Come on. Like, this is simple.
The other big one that gets texted a lot is just 1.21 gigawatts.
What's that from?
Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
It's Doc Brown going 1.21 gigawatts.
No,
and Marty goes,
I said,
"What the hell is a gigawatt?"
Pineapple Express, he said, "I thought hurricane season was over." That was what we used to say all the fucking time. You know that Scarface? Yep. You got it on the roadcaster?
Yep. I was kidding.
I
was only kidding.
She loved me in the morning. I could do this all day. It's damn, what it popped in my head and popped right back out.
Here's one for you. How the fuck did you two fucking fucks? Fuck.
What's that?
Boondock Saints, Rocco.
Oh.
My other favorite and most used one from the Boondock Saints. You cocksucking bastardo.
I love Boondock Saints.
I shouldn't have done that. You're not supposed to tell a guy you're going to kill him no more. I got to tiptoe through the tulips with these assholes.
Boondock Saints was one of my favorite movies for a while.
Yeah.
I might actually need to get that.
I just repurchased it on digital not too long ago because
I don't do that.
I'm with you, and I shouldn't either because Microsoft in particular just basically said they're not doing movies anymore.
Yeah, I don't do digital. I don't do digital anything. Like I said, everything is cyclical, G. And
Right.
like I told you, like we're we're coming back to that cycle of beginning. And beginning is like you better not even like we're coming to a point where we might have to start using postal mail more.
Right.
Stop texting shit in your phones. Write a letter. Have a pen
Fair.
and paper, something that can't be tracked by a digital algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong.
so I can't buy digital because I can only assume that all it takes is for you to have my email address or whatever it is to shut down everything that I purchased. And now all that shit is just gone. And I
Yep.
have,
You're not wrong. That's exactly what they can do.
but if I have my Blu-ray or my DVD player, whether you cut the internet off or not, I can still pop on all these DVDs that I still got and they gonna run
Well, and that's why I've liked Microsoft because I can go on and I can download them and they'll play offline.
right to your phone and shit.
Yeah.
But the only bad thing is lose your phone. It's all over for you.
Yeah, it's all hard drive at this point.
So you know what's funny is I can see us getting to a point in society where DVDs become gold.
Yeah. Paper books.
Where the internet, yeah, paper books, DVDs, the internet's fucked up. We ain't gonna get it back up for the next 20 something years. You ain't gonna be able to stream shit. So you're gonna need CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays,
Yeah.
books, all forms of entertainment in order to get you through shit.
Yep. That's why records made a comeback.
Listen, but ain't nobody got needles that's gonna last a fucking trek across the country. And then
Right.
it gotta, and then the vinyl has to stay in a certain condition. And if it gets bent or warped, you won't. Yeah, nah. Compact disc players at least had a little skip protection that would work for the first week that
Right.
you had the
Right. All right, circling back to movies. What else you got? I've got a favorite Braveheart quote. Do it and let the English see you do it.
nah my the one the 300 one where the dude said his arrows will blot out the sun, and then the dude said, "You had to say it, didn't you?" He said, "What?" He said, "We'll fight in the shade." That was I
That's
love
a
that
good
one.
one. That's a good one. Oh,
Um,
another Braveheart one. I should have remembered the rocks.
where was that? I just watched that too. Like,
Hamish. It's when Wallace comes back when he's grown up, and him and Hamish do the rock thing. And he's like, "Could you
oh
kill someone
right,
with that throw?"
when he hit him in the right between.
Yeah.
I just watched that
I
like
like the
within.
obscure quotes.
Right, that's how I am.
Here's one for you from the illustrious Bad Boys 2,
Mm.
The
The
Rats.
devil is not welcome here.
That is also a great one from that movie.
I
Blondie Dread.
was on his side too. I'm like, shit, shoot that fucking pig. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I was kidding. Um,
But I
no-
did feel like shoot him. Get the devil up out the house, my nigga. Get him up out the house. They say we shouldn't eat
All right,
pork.
now I have two for Bad Boys 2.
I'm ODing. I'm
The
ODing.
rats, they eat my money. This is a stupid
Uh-huh.
fucking problem to have, but it's still a problem. I use
Right.
that anytime something stupid happens at work.
You know what's fucking crazy? You know what's fucking crazy?
What's that?
It's so funny that you say that. I swear, listen. You remember at the old house, like during the wintertime, I would have like the mice problem because they would
It
come
all come
out of like
inside,
the
right?
right. I shit you not. I was in my, going to the gym kick heavy.
Yeah.
So I had like my creatine on top of the
Oh no.
refrigerator, my creatine and my protein and shit on top of the refrigerator. I don't know if I had like came from the grocery store and like put my boxes of cereal. Why do black folks put boxes of cereal on top of the refrigerator
I
in the
don't
first
know.
place?
I don't know.
Why is that
Same
the
reason.
spot?
Same reason white folks put their trash under the sink. I don't know.
That you know what? That's interesting. That you're right. That's interesting too. But I must
That's
have
actually the
knocked.
only reason I won't put it under the sink.
He said, "No, I gotta change shit. I gotta break cycles." But I must have knocked off the protein powder off of the top of the refrigerator when I was putting the cereal up there. So it slid between the wall
Oh
and
no.
the what's the name? My nigga. When I noticed it, when I noticed it, and I tell you, like, it was like one of them packs of protein powder that's like
Yeah,
that
one of
big.
the big jugs.
It was probably like no, it was like
Oh, the paper, the bag. Okay,
the Ziploc
gotcha.
aluminum bag type thing. It was probably like that much down at the bottom of the thing. I see it. I go to pick it up. This motherfucker light as a bitch. It looked like somebody ran it through a paper shredder at the bottom. All the protein was gone. I said, now I gotta fight Bebop and Rock steady in
Daddy!
this motherfucker. And that's the first thing I thought of was that Bad Boys quote about them eating the money.
Uh, that's fucking hilarious. Dude,
Man,
hate to break it to you, man. We
ate
always on
all
the
the
same
protein.
wavelength.
Ate all the protein.
Cliff
I've
got
never
the
even
fucking
seen that
jacked up
before.
Mickey Mouse walking around like, aha! You wanted to fuck with me?
That's
Aha!
exactly that Mickey. I knew you was affiliated with Disney. I'm just playing.
I had
That was
somebody
a
today.
good Disney
You
though.
brought up you
Or
brought up
Mickey.
you brought up Disney. That was one that got quoted this week or today actually. Somebody was talking about all of the and I'm just using the names as an examples, but all of the Britneys. And I said, Hercules is a very popular name nowadays. Don't you remember a few years ago when all the girls were named Brittany and all the boys were named Jason?
No.
That was a quote from Disney's Hercules.
Oh, really?
It was.
Now I understand it from that,
Yeah. It was but it was
but
like one of those like I wouldn't have thought of it otherwise.
right.
But it's is it Polly Shore? It might be Polly Shore who does the voice. It's somebody with a weird voice because it's one of Hades' demons.
Right.
Uh
That's the Yeah, I haven't seen that in a minute.
yeah. Damn it, I just had another. Oh, here's one for you. My man.
That's Denzel.
Denzel in Training Day. Hell yes.
Uh-huh. I knew that.
The other great Training Day line is the you're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two. Keep your mouth shut and your eyes open. I use that one in football all
uh,
the time.
I'm trying to think. I had one too before we went on that last little. I can't think of which way it was coming from. Yeah, I need my ginkgo.
Yeah,
And I don't know if it's because like I woke up immediately before I came on.
might be it.
I might need to set my alarm for like 20 minutes before. But then I feel
But then,
like before a game or before a fight where it's like I got nervous energy where it's like I'm not there's nothing for me to do right now, but I
right.
feel like I need to be preparing myself for
Well,
what? Like
maybe
something you
we'd
do
end
all
up
the time?
maybe we'd end up with more inadvertent thoughts then.
Oh, I have an inadvertent thought
Oh,
that we
do
never
you?
got over, but we'll get
Save
to it
it.
before it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you wanna do it, or do you want to
No,
save it?
I would like to remember the quote, but I can't even remember the movie.
I'm surprised there aren't any coming in from the chat.
What, the two people out there listening?
We have three tonight, but it might two of them might be the same person. Who knows?
mm, mm. Damn, I can't remember.
Oh, and you know I have to throw a nerdy one out there.
What? Live long and prosper?
You have been and always shall be my friend. When Spock dies, man, it's when Spock dies and he says it's a Kirk.
This old we are Groot head ass nigga. Fucking.
It's old Spock, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh shit. I mean, the Friday, of course.
Yeah.
Smokey.
There's a lot of good ones there. I didn't even go like
Yeah,
the Will
Friday, you ain't
Ferrell
got
like
no job,
comedy
ain't got
route.
nothing to do. You said Will Ferrell.
Uh
Streaking in the quad, Snoop a
huh.
loop.
Right. Stupid Loop.
Man.
Stupid Loop. I'll do one. I'll do one.
All right. Yeah, Will Ferrell had the quotables on lock for a while.
Sweet Odin's Raven.
They had the quotables on lock for a while.
Well, you're a smelly pirate hooker.
What was that?
That's when he's talking shit to Veronica and Anchorman.
Mm.
Brick killed a guy.
Right.
That's another.
Like, yeah,
that's another.
you're gonna need to lay low for a while.
That's another one that gets used at work fairly frequently.
He said, gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna have some afternoon delight. That we used to listen when I tell you me at my grandma's house, me and my family used to harmonize that entire scene.
That's amazing.
Somebody would just bust out of nowhere. Gonna find my baby. When everything's a day. That's the shit. When he kicked the dog.
Yes. Baxter!
That still might
the
be
meat man kicked the dog. I'm in a glass cage of emotion.
All right. That still might be one of the funniest scenes ever.
And it's so clearly like a stuffed animal. Like
right. Those are two of my favorite whites.
Wait. You ate a whole wheel of cheese? I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
Right. Will Ferrell and Jack Black. They almost should have made a movie.
You gonna motorboat him? You son of a bitch?
Oh
Vince
my
Vaughn's
gosh, I'm sweating. I'm sweating now. Ah, Lord. That's funny though. Yeah, Will Ferrell, he won.
Bring your green hat.
Right. Oh shit, man. That shit is funny.
All right, man. That's what I got.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think in conclusion, Will Ferrell won.
He snuck in at the end.
Yeah, he pulled it off.
The y'all forgot about me.
Yeah. And he covered the spread. FanDuel, you gotta pay out. Fuck. Yeah, that was a good one. That was I do have my in it vert. We can finish on my in it.
All right.
I'm talking about in it. These AIs is getting like crazy, like ridiculous, right? Like, and you can see that they're starting to put them in everything.
Yes.
Which is really maniacal when you think about it, because they're having AI restore videos to the point that the video is real, but you can tell AI is involved
doing
with
something with it.
Yeah, like with facial expressions in the corners of and it's like, well, like you're trying to make it to where everything can be questioned. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like that's a big issue, right? Because now the government can doctor footage, can do whatever they want to a point that they can accuse you of something by something that they made on their own.
True. The flip side to that is that every criminal defendant can now also argue that it's AI.
Right. You can't, which is why I think we need to run an hour, 15-minute AI generated episode. And we need to run it live on the show, and we'll watch it and react to the episode
while it's happening.
Right. So we break the reality. So if anybody ever does accuse us of saying,
It's
let me correct
AI.
myself, accuse me of saying some wild shit, I at least have some sort of plausible deniability
Right.
baked in.
It was AI.
You hear what I'm saying? But even with that said, like that didn't break that didn't cross the line with me,
Yeah.
right? Because AI does AI shit, and we knew that they wasn't gonna play fair.
Right.
It's a lot of real life motherfuckers that don't play fair. You couldn't expect AI to play
Wait,
fair.
wait, wait. You mean that Tupac and Biggie were never on Mr. Rogers?
Right. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like these are the conversations you're gonna have to have with your young children one day.
Right. Not one day. Having to have them now, dude.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're correct.
Now he doesn't have Instagram or TikTok or any of that shit, but he does have YouTube and YouTube Shorts. Like,
And he like, I thought this nigga got killed back in the East Coast, West Coast beef back in.
which by the way, proud dad moment today. We're watching Creed after we got through the Rocky stuff earlier in the week. Um, Watching Creed and Adonis comes out to Hail Mary. I let the first few notes play and the first hook
Oh.
play, and I paused it and I turned to Andrew. I'm like, "Who sings this?"
Mm, mm,
He's
mm,
like,
mm, mm.
"Uh, is it Tupac?" And I
That's what
said,
he said.
"Done. Sold. Let's go."
Now we gotta cut your Bieber bangs. You can't get that right and have Bieber bangs.
Thanks.
We gotta cut them.
Oh man.
No, that's what's up. I'm glad, nephew. Listen, that's what we need, right?
Absolutely.
That's what we need. We need a new generation to take us out of what we did, but we can't set them up for failure
No.
with letting them download all of our bullshit.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Here
we're
are where we
operating
made mistakes. Here's
right,
where
we're
we had
operating
successes.
under trauma responses as a lot of us millennials.
Right.
And even though I do think that we were the first step to bring it close to that true homogenous,
Yeah.
like bring it all together, we have too much trauma to be able to make through that.
Right.
Because all of us can remember a time where we went through something that was like,
And nope.
I don't know if I'll get over that.
Right.
But these kids don't have that, right? So it's either learned behavior or it's taught behavior. And this is the biggest issue I have with white folks saying, well, blacks can be racist. Well, no, 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 no. Because one, we don't have the power to stop you from doing anything. One, two, all of that is learned behavior. All of that we gathered from experiences that we've been through in life
Right.
to come to the conclusion that we've came to. You are taught behavior. A lot of you have not even met blacks, have not sat down and parlayed with black people, and you just listen to what your grandparents and your parents have to say without coming to that conclusion on your own. That is taught behavior.
Yeah.
We just need to get to a point where our kids operate off of learned behavior. Because I'm not mad at a white person that doesn't like blacks because they had something happen to them back in the day and they're like, I just don't trust them like that. That's understandable. That's self-preservation, my nigga.
Like I would be okay to
Yeah, no, you would. You would. But the irony is all of that happened to you brought you closer
right.
to them with your
Bigger
friends,
understanding,
with your
more
friend group.
understanding. That's right.
Everybody doesn't have that. That irony's not there. You know what I'm saying? And that it is truly a beautiful thing when you have multiculturals coming together.
Yes. Amen.
Listen, the American white would be the strongest white in the entire world if they just embraced black culture as American culture as well.
Yep. I agree.
There would be no Eastern European dominance with the masculinity and the wrestling and the no, you white Americans would shit them if they took on parts of black culture
I
and
agree with
took it
this.
into that. And it's like you're holding back from coming together is essentially what's cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The whole reason we don't have free healthcare is because they don't want blacks to have it. So why? What the fuck are you saying? Everybody can die because you don't like us that much?
Right.
Just like I said, the only reason the Epstein list isn't out right now is because there's not enough blacks on it. Because if it was 60-40, 60 white, 40 black, they wouldn't give a fuck about putting that 60% of whites up
Right.
to hurt them 40% of blacks.
Blacks, right. Especially blacks in power.
You hear what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why it doesn't come out. There's not enough blacks on it. And don't get me wrong, I want the blacks punished too that are on it.
Right, right. Well, that's the difference between what I would call far right and far left. Like people are all, well, Bill Clinton's on the list. Like, go ahead, punish him too. Like,
It makes sense though. It makes sense though, I will say, because Deep South is the last community that, to bring it back full circle,
yeah,
they're the last people that held that community down that we talked about at the beginning of the show. And I am a firm believer of try to work it out within your family first.
yeah.
Don't get out people outside involved until you know you can't work it out within your family.
It's the whole get
So
your own house in order. Right.
that's essentially what they're doing here is they're saying, well, wait, before we're going to let you punish them, we're going to try to work it out inside of the family first.
Right.
With Trump
Well,
and
it's because
with,
they're all establishment. Right.
and I'm not, and even that, I can respect a level of that. That's respectable. But there is a point where you cross over the protection and conservation of your family to delusion and perpetuation of hate.
Yep. Well,
And
no,
that's where
and
you
that
drop the ball.
and
Not
that's
you, but you know what I
no, but
mean.
that's the whole consciousness debate is that we're here to learn how to work together as part of the all or whatever, build community and hit that next level of evolution that is based on consciousness, etc.
I
And
agree.
if you're
And I say it, I'm
preaching
the
hate, you're not achieving consciousness.
right, right. And I
Fight.
say it again, I will say it again. There would not be any stronger white than the American white if they just embraced black culture as American culture.
I hear you.
Now we get to include you on the things that you weren't willing to learn or we didn't want you to learn because of your attitude. Now you get to know the rhythm of in between beats, which is why you might not have had a good job dancing over the years. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, let me teach you the rhythms in between what you hear.
Right. Yeah.
There would be no stronger group of people, collective, white or black, collectively. There
But
wouldn't
that's
be
but
any
that's
stronger group.
but that's exactly what they're afraid of. That's what they've
But see,
always
that's
been
the
afraid
thing.
of.
But see, that's the thing. If you run that group, there's no reason to be afraid.
Right. No,
Like
I
if
hear
you
you.
run it, if you're the president and
I
you're truly
think
doing what's right for the people, there's no reason to be afraid.
I think that that's what
Be
you're going to
prideful.
see and I know you don't like the politics talk, but I think that that's what you're going to see in the midterm elections is far left making a huge indent, like more towards democratic socialism than we will have ever seen in this
I
country.
mean, I think it should be. If we're gonna still operate under the same fuck ass system, that would be the best
Yeah,
route. A democratic socialist, and not just what you fucking say is Democrat. No, truly
democratic,
democratic.
right?
Include the people say, not just your electoral votes and.
Yeah,
But see, that's where I just think to myself, where it's like remodeling the Titanic.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this bitch already sunk once.
Well, it's the
And you
whole
want me
you're
to
trying to
step back
change the
on it?
engine, while the plane's in the air.
Right. You want me to step back on this motherfucker and trust that you did it right this time and you ain't do it right the first time? I
Right.
don't know if I can do that.
But what I'm thinking of is I think it's Jeremiah Harrison and Graham Plattner and obviously Zoran Mamdani.
Mamdani.
Like That is a wave. And
Yeah, I,
there's a lot of chatter about an AOC presidential race.
it's a wave, and I'm not geeked for that either.
I understand. However, she's probably one of the most leftist people in the party right
I
now.
really truly believe anybody that thinks that they're gonna remodel the Titanic needs to be escorted off of
Off the
the
ship.
yeah. Like I'm not saying like you can't live here and be, but you're not in power anymore.
Right.
You don't have the opportunity to make these decisions anymore
Right.
because you're just gonna keep banging your head against the wall, and I'm not gonna be the one that has to pay for those headbangs
Right.
for your Tylenol to ease your concussion. I'm not gonna keep doing
No, they
that.
can't take Tylenol anymore.
Right. You know, the acetaminophen. Let me fucking find out. You brought a whole generation, let's be honest, whites on opioids. You know, our time was the crack. Our
Right.
time was they tried to get us out of there.
And now they're
Y'all,
going after the poor white folks.
listen, and that's how you know y'all can't trust them.
Right. Well, that's the biggest thing that people have learned over the last 5 years is it doesn't matter who it is. You can't
Right.
trust them if they're in power.
That's why people have been saying rich,
Right.
poor.
Well, and you're starting to see that now. That's what I'm saying. Like that was one of the biggest problems I had with the Harris campaign. It was never about going after corporations to get, our fair shares. She would refuse to say it because she was completely chosen with dark money. That's why when Biden dropped out, there was no democratic process. That's why she became the nominee, is because she was backed by big money.
Right. Well, she wasn't really backed at all. Let's be honest.
No, I'm with you, but when
She
Biden
was just the
dropped, she was the most establishment candidate.
she was the most established person there that was willing to drink as well as serve the Kool-Aid.
Right.
But nobody was backing Kamala at all
No.
on either side. Even as much as women like to be like, well, we wanted the first black woman. You wasn't backing women.
No.
Women, I'm not even talking about Kamala. I mean women in general. You weren't backing them at all. And now this no name pops on the list because we don't even have a right to vote for who we want. And y'all did what women do and say, I don't trust that one.
Right.
And we did what men do and said, we don't trust any of you.
All right, dude, I got to get off of here.
Yeah. What you got going on tomorrow?
So after going winless this season in soccer, they won their freaking tournament game.
That's it. That should be illegal. You should be able to go on the field
now,
and say,
that being
good
said,
win, you don't deserve shit. We're going home.
That being said, while they were winless, they did have like half of their games ended in ties because it's soccer.
Okay.
So
That's a plus, but
yeah, but they did not have a win until this playoff game on Wednesday.
yeah, no more participation trophies either. You don't get to make the playoffs because you won one game out of the season.
Yeah, it in my mind, generally I'm with you. However, if you know that going into the season, that's fine. Like even basketball, I think basketball does that in Ohio, where
What?
everybody makes the tournament. Same with soccer. Most sports, everybody makes the tournament.
I don't know. Is that like a high school thing, or
Yeah,
is
yeah,
that
yeah,
just
yeah.
like
It's a high school thing. Football is one of the few where I think football and baseball might be the two where not everybody makes it. I don't know
Well,
for
you
sure
can't.
on
Football
basketball.
makes sense because you could get kids hurt.
Right.
Everybody can't make the championship. They're not built the same.
Right.
You
No, I
don't
agree.
want to have a number one in the state
Well,
team
even them
playing a number 30.
even since they expanded the playoffs, like people have made that argument.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's why there can't really be tournaments in boxing unless we're including champions because somebody's going to be included in that tournament that is not on that level, and that's how you have deaths in the
Right.
sport.
Right.
They're not ready for this. You're going to get them killed. And no fighter is going to quit.
Right.
Even the softest fighter is gonna, when the ref says, "Are you good to fight?" They're gonna be like,
As long as he's actually a
"Yeah."
fighter. Yeah.
I mean, I would argue even if they're not, it's you don't see a lot of quitters out there, and a
Okay.
lot of that comes from the fact that those lights are on you.
Yeah. That's
Do
fair.
you know? I don't know what it feels like. I've lost in front of people, but I don't know what it feels like to be
To
like,
throw in the
I
towel.
quit. I'm
Yeah.
done. And all these people are in the stands and the lights are on, and
Yeah.
nah, G, I can't. So most people, even if they're not a fighter, out of pride and ego, will be like, "Fuck it,
Yeah.
show me my shield. Where am I laying?" And that's where the danger comes into play.
Yep. All right. Anyways, getting off of here, dude. You got anything to take us out?
Oh, I'll never finish my invert. So what I will say real quick is the AI, right? Like y'all can do what y'all do with the videos and all that shit. But once y'all motherfucking bill collectors start using it and shit, like they're like populating your old ex's number from back in 11th grade who you
And
always
using
thought was
her
bad.
voice.
You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't answer. I don't answer now. But I see the number and I'm like, oh, ain't that little young thing from back in you almost got me,
Got me.
AI. But I'm pretty sure it was 583, not 683. Try again next time. But I'm saying, like, now that we're in that evil realm of playing the game, these motherfuckers is gonna, like, you thought you had to keep an eye on your grandma making decisions about getting fucked out of some money and shit. Watch what the fuck happens
No doubt.
once AI. Listen, we're already falling for it. We're already falling for it.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're not our grandparents' age. So it's like, it's gonna get very wild.
Yeah. Well, the latest one is, and it started off obviously as teenagers and prank calls, but using AI to mimic somebody else's voice.
Mm-hmm.
And there's lots of
Mm-hmm.
like ransom shit happening with that shit
That's
right
why.
now
So
too.
what we did
You gotta have a code word.
back, yeah, back when my mom was still alive, I have to. I might have to sit my daughter down to do this to renew our understanding. You have a code word, but you like put your phones in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? Put all your phones in a Ziploc bag and throw them in the freezer or the refrigerator, and then come up with y'all's code word with no devices around.
Around, yeah.
Alexa's unplugged. All like you, we're at that point where you have to be schizophrenically
Yeah, I'm with you.
safe in order to get through this shit. So yeah, put all your devices up. Anything that has a light that comes on when plugged in or has batteries on, undo it, unplug it, take the batteries out, come up with y'all's word, have y'all's conversations in case of emergency, and then go back to life accordingly. But
That's why mine isn't ours isn't a word, because even if it was caught and done through AI, it's something that it has to happen at a certain frequency.
well, none of y'all have good singing voices, so I don't. You don't want to be. You don't want to
you
be
would
at.
you would know the call though.
Not to.
Don't give it up. Don't give it up on the show, but we can.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I know it's not no fucking To Kill a Mockingjay, Hunger Game shit or
No,
nothing like
no,
that.
no, no,
But I have an idea, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't know you that have an
right.
idea. So let's switch that up as well. Let's find a new tone, a
No,
new.
only people that know me would know this one.
You know, what would be smart to do, and I don't know if
What's
AI
the
would
old?
be able to track it like that. Do like the what do you call it? You know what I'm talking about, the meditation, the Ram
Oh
Vam
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um do them in different sequential orders to where
First,
they wouldn't be able to, like jump to head chakra, the foot chakra, the chest chakra, the gut chakra,
my
and if you do, I don't think the AI would be able to follow that
no,
pattern.
probably not. I think the other one is the other one that I always liked. I actually got from the Sarah Connor Chronicles, and it's every
Hmm.
time you answer the phone, it has to be with like I think it's in the show, it's the date. Like, what's the date? Because they're time
So
traveling and doing
10
doing all that.
24, 10
Right.
24
And
25.
that's how you answer the phone when that person calls.
But it wouldn't matter though, because it would be any person calls, right? It's not like somebody else would answer
No, it's
10 26 25.
whoever is calling says that when the other person picks up.
Oh, okay. I
It's like the
follow.
old.
I
It's the. I
follow.
mean, honestly, it's the old beeper pin code, right?
Right, right. You gotta know why you paging me, otherwise I might not run to the phone. You know? But you put 6 9 after your number or some shit, I need to find a quarter. They got a quarter
but
or a
but
cell phone.
but to your earlier point, to bring it full circle once again, everything is old is new again. It's all cyclical, man. We going
You are
back to
right.
some of the old code shit.
You are absolutely correct.
Oh
Listen, if somebody texts you a booty call and it got binary code at the end of it,
man.
AI trying to backdoor you, take you up top. Don't do that. Don't do that. Cause she gonna leave the door unlocked after you getting up this way.
You are a fool, sir. All right, for real this time.
I have fun. I have fun. I have fun
Good
this
show.
episode.
I'm glad we had a little bit lighter of an episode because I feel like the last couple have been a little heavy.
I mean, I'm sure we're gonna go back to that.
We
I
will,
don't.
but we
I
got to
don't
break it
listen.
up, man. We got to break it
I
up.
do think that we should break it up, but I also don't believe in uplifting. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, and
Like
that was the
we this is
wrong.
not the time to uplift anyone. Like you need to be upset. Everybody should be upset right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to take anybody's mind off of the fact you should be fucking furious. Like, yeah, I like to entertain motherfuckers, but we're not in a current standpoint where I
Of
believe
entertainment.
anybody should be entertained.
You're not wrong.
You should be dwelling on the fact that shit is crumbling and up in flames as we speak. That's how I feel about it. Now, should we have fun? Do I like to kick it? Of course, I like to kick it. But I also want to be able to kick it knowing that it's safe to go home
Yes.
after the party is over.
Yeah.
So if it's not safe to go home after the party's over, let's postpone these parties until we get shit together.
Yeah.
And if we all enjoy partying with each other, then we all should be involved in each other's struggles.
No doubt.
So love everybody. That's how I end that episode.
Do us a favor, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell them to troll, and with that, peace out, fools.
right. Either that or the shot.